Hello world, it's Dave again, and I've got I think it's the fourth lucid dreaming log entry that I'm going to do now, and it's just as I hoped. Because I've gotten back to school, that's just started the other day for me, I'm getting to bed a little sooner right off the bat, and when I get up in the morning, I get up really quickly. And I think kind of the off step that I had when I started this whole thing was that I started during my break, and as a result of that, my sleep in the morning was really disruptive. I didn't exactly have the discipline to jump out of bed when I first woke up. And it's simple fact that the longer that you kind of like wait and have that sort of midway between waking and sleeping state when you're trying to record what your dreams are, your brain chemistry has time to change. And so you'll lose a whole bunch of your dreams. It's far better if you get up right away and you immediately have a real strong reflection on whatever it was that you were dreaming about. And I'm definitely doing that right out of the gates as soon as I have to get up a lot earlier. You know, I'm out of bed at like 7, and then I can just think about the dream on my way to work, as opposed to kind of like being on the edge of sleep and losing it slowly because of a massive sleep-in that I'm enjoying over the holidays. And so I would say, without a doubt, the clearest, the most comprehensive dream that I have to date, with the most details in my mind about what actually happened, was the one that I had last night. So I'm pretty stoked about that. So just jumping right into it, this will be over pretty fast. Dream 10, January 8th, 2014. A major part of my past when I was young, which I loved, this is a great thing, was paintballing. When I was young, Vancouver Island, we went to this place called Indian Road Paintball, and it was awesome. Just use an old Tippmann carbine. It's amazing to see that those guns markers have evolved since those so many years ago, but it's still that same company that has solid, reliable gear for the fields if you're not bringing your own equipment in. So anyways, I remember in the dream that I was having this huge paintball match with a bunch of people, and it was kind of in a similar sort of outdoor arena like you might have at Indian Road Paintball. They had a bunch of cool places that you play. One area, actually, this is not the dream, this is actually something we got to do. This was so cool. I'm sure there's other places like it, but it seemed awfully unique for me. Was a whole castle built out of monster truck tires. And then there was a course that was next to it, which I can still remember vividly. It's crazy, so many years ago, that you would then play Storm the Castle while we were there. Cool. Anyways, I digress. The dream. So I'm in an environment that's different from that. It's a mix of outdoor and indoor. It was like one group of us was starting in a hangar, and outside of the hangar there was a bunch of woods, and midway between the woods there was a bunch of like rectangular, you'd almost call them like you know, those big cargo hold things that you see on ships that like transport tons of stuff. It was a bunch of those laid out in the middle of the field next to the forest, in between the hangar and the forest, and you could hide behind those and be shooting at people and stuff. And big teams, kind of one of these events almost in paintball where like when you get shot then you respawn afterwards after a period of time. You would go out onto the field again. Not that I recall respawns in the dream. I feel like we played 2 rounds, and when I was playing, I was using orange paint. I'm loving it. I'm getting so much more detail now with this getting up, waking up sooner, able to recall more. I was using orange paint. I was using the Tippmann style guns. I remember that much. And what else? I was using the field's clothing. I remember putting on boots and stuff. And I remember as well, there's so much detail compared to any other dream. I remember running out and I've always felt since I was young that when I played paintball again, because of all those years, it's kind of imbued me with a pretty good sense of confidence when I go out. And when you do that, it often means that you shoot a little bit more freely, although you might do that because you're more afraid. Anyways, I just felt confident in this dream that I was going to kick some ass. And so I was shooting everybody, whoever moved, anything that I saw, and I ran out of paint real fast, and we were only given 100 paintballs. And I can say that that's even strange. A hopper that you would usually fill back in the day would be like 200 rounds. So this dream was limiting me on the number of paintballs I was able to take out on the field. But I went through those really quick, and then I went to reload again. I went back, got a whole bunch of new paintballs to go out. And classic maneuver, it just runs you into people usually is just to flank, because if you flank people, you go around behind them, and then it's a really easy kill. And so that's what I did. I got out on the field on the second round. I was like, I'm going to be all sneaky-like, and I'm going to go around the side. And that's what I did. So I snuck around the side, and I got to the very back, and I remember that big moment of elation when I came out from behind whatever it was I was hiding from, that I've been flanking them. And there was like a row of like 6 or 7 people. And then I ran out in the line just like shooting everybody. And one of the refs who was watching the game called offside. And then I wasn't lucid at that point. I didn't realize I was dreaming, but something didn't seem right to me, because I was like, offside, playing paintball. This isn't soccer or hockey or something. So that seemed really, really strange. But I kept my cool in the dream. I was pretty upset, and then like the refs and the players on the team were mocking me. They were like, well, you don't know about offside? And I was like, this is bullshit. I'm pretty sure there's no such thing as offside in paintball. But I took it on the chin. I didn't like lose my shit or anything in the dream, and I stayed calm. And I just I went back to the start to start it all up again. And I even remember, this is so funny, I remember one of the guys saying, who was mocking me in the dream, one of the refs, he's like, I think we better stop or that guy's gonna like attack us. It's so funny. But that's really cool, because that's the most specific dream that I've had so far, and I figure now I'm gonna get into some really good recall now that I'm back at school again and I'm getting up early. So that's it. There's not some huge backlog of a bunch of dreams. I'm actually on top of it at this time. It's just the one. So if you enjoy this, plenty more dreams to come. Hopefully I'll be lucid dreaming within a couple months here, and I'll be able to, I don't know, I think it'll just get more and more vivid. You know, I've said at the beginning of this that times in my life I've achieved lucid dreaming. I'm not even having tried to, it's just happened. And it's an incredible sensation. The dreams become so much more how would you call it? Like, I don't want to use the word visceral. I just mean you can just see more. You can see more in your dreams, and that's what I'm shooting for. You know, this is developing, and I am already starting to get that a bit, although the beginning was very slow. But with practice, I'll get there, and it'll become far, far more interesting, and maybe I'll start to see some greater meaning in the dreams I have, if that is there at all. So that's it. Thank you for checking this out. If you enjoy it, please do like, subscribe, share, comment, all these good things. Yeah, suggest, you know, movies or books related to dreaming. I don't know, something like that. Somebody commented on one of these recently suggesting movies, and I thought that was great. So yeah, thanks for checking this out, and until we meet again next time, world, like I like to say, thanks for tripping with Dave. Ciao for now. Peace.